Hi, it's Matt with State of Flux. Welcome back to my channel with the Oscar Roundup for the year of 2021. These are the winners, and some of our nominees, you may have noticed, found themselves between a rock and a hard place. A Chris Rock. Slippity slap. Alright, so I'm going to go down the list and give you who won and my little thoughts on that. So, let's start with the big picture here. Best Picture went to effing Coda. This is so fantastic. I was elated. If everything else that I wanted to win this year didn't win, but only that did, I would have been more than satisfied. I was ecstatic. I can't remember the last time that the actual Best Picture of the year won Best Picture. I think it was probably Return of the King in 2003. This also marks history, being the first ever streaming film exclusive to win Best Picture. So I'm elated. Way to go, Coda. You did it. I'm so proud of you. Best Director went to Jane Campion for Power of the Dog. She did a compelling job with that movie, so a well-deserved win there. Best Actor went to Will Smith for King Richard, a performance he does deserve his nomination and win for. However, the way he conducted himself beforehand with his little spat with Chris Rock was really unprofessional and uncool. It's something that he should have kind of listened to the words that his character was saying in the clip that they showed and maybe pulled aside Chris and been like, dude, let's just not anymore. I know you've made jokes about my wife in the past, not cool. But he chose to be toxic man figure and throw a punch, which, like, whatever, man. That was uncool and really disappointing. That said, moving on, Jessica Chastain for The Eyes of Tammy Faye. This is an actress who's put in many, many great performances across the years. She probably should have won for Molly's Game. She probably should have won for Zero Dark 30. She finally won for this, and I'm happy she did. She's a great actress, and I loved her acceptance speech. Best Supporting Actor went to Troy Kotsur. I was wrong. I thought it was going to go to Cody for Power of the Dog, and it didn't. It went to Troy, and I was happy. The Coda love this year was strong, and I was all there for it. 3 for 3, baby. Supporting Actress. Ariana DeBose for West Side Story. Well-deserved win. Every single person nominated deserved that Oscar, and I was really happy with her win. She was so good in that movie, and I'm glad that movie walked away with something, because West Side Story is really that good, and she's great in it, and I like that the LGBTQ community got a major win in a major category. Adapted Screenplay went to Coda. Coda, if you're unfamiliar, is apparently based on a French film from several years back, which was never made publicly available outside to few people in France, as well as the only North American audiences that got to see it were the French-Canadian territories in Canada. So this is a deep cuts kind of movie, and I'd be curious to see the original film, but I'm glad that won Best Adapted Screenplay. For Best Original Screenplay, my man Kenneth Branagh won. I totally thought he was going to go to Licorice Pizza and give PTA some love, but no, Branagh won. Branagh's one of my favorite personalities out there. I love his work. I loved this movie, and I'm glad that Belfast walked away with something. Like I said before in my breakdown video, Quentin Tarantino has that excellent quote: the movies that win for Best Original and Best Adapted Screenplay often are the best movies the year they came out, i.e. several years from now, we will be talking about those movies and not necessarily what wins Best Picture. This is a weird year where the Best Picture actually won the writing nomination. But it's shocking how true that is. You go back several years, Best Pictures don't often win the Screenplay Award. The movies that are relevant and you talk about and take chances, your Get Outs, your Promising Young Womans, those are the ones that win that award. So, way to go, Kenneth Branagh and Belfast. Cinematography went to Dune. Anytime Dune won, I was pretty darn disappointed. Cinematography in Dune is fine, but a lot of that is manufactured in stages and stuff like that. I don't necessarily, I'm not slighting any of the visual language of that film in any way. I think it's a very good looking movie, but every single one of the other nominees was considerably better. I wanted West Side Story to win. I thought Power of the Dog would win. I would have been happy if Tragedy of Macbeth won. That movie has the visual language of a Bergman picture. Just watch Virgin Spring or Seventh Seal or something, and it looks like it's a sister film to that. But no, Dune won. Best Animated Feature, they went to Encanto, and who can blame them? It's a delightful film. Documentary Feature went to Summer of Soul, a movie that exists, and it's a very important story that needs to be told. I didn't think they told it in the most interesting way, but it's an interesting story, and I'm glad light was brought to it. Best International Film went to Drive My Car, a fantastic movie that's going to be picked up by the Criterion Collection, I hear. So way to go, Drive My Car. I loved that movie. Now we're going to segue, before getting to the rest of the technical categories, to the Scene Stealer Award, which, as voted on by the fans, and the internet, you did it. You did it, people. You ruined my life. You voted for Zack Snyder's Justice League, and I wanted to light this place on fire. I was so flipping furious. Like, there are so many other great scene-stealing moments. Luke blowing up the Death Star in the first Star Wars movie. The For Frodo scene in Return of the King. Just so, the final, Joe Adrian, we did it! In Rocky. What the that moment, watching the dude run in slow motion even though he's fast, is the scene stealer. Go to hell. That was a terrible movie, and you did this. You should be ashamed of yourself. Drop a like at this point. Film editing went to Dune, no surprise there. Visual effects, Dune, I do still stand by that sandworm, giant sand sphincter was poorly rendered. They had a whole extra year to work on that sphincter, and they didn't get it to look any better. So I'm disappointed in you, Dune, for visual effects, but we all knew he was going to win. Sound went to Dune, it deserved it. Costume design went to Cruella. Yeah, Cruella was fantastic. Costumes were amazing. I didn't see us living in a world where that didn't win. Original score went to Dune. Hans Zimmer did a good job. It was definitely the loudest score this year. Original song went to No Time to Die. Billie Eilish pulled it. I'm shocked that Encanto didn't take that home, but it was the wrong song, and I think the Academy knew it. So Billie took it, and she's kind of badass, so I was happy, and she looked just delighted up there, so I was happy to see that. Makeup went to The Eyes of Tammy Faye. The makeup on Jessica Chastain was just remarkable, so I'm glad that won. Production design went to Dune, no surprise. Documentary feature, I was sure it was Audible. Everybody was sure it was going to be Audible, and then The Queen of Basketball, which was my favorite of the nominees, actually won, so I'm ecstatic about this, and I'm so sad to hear that she passed, and never got to experience the recognition that she always deserved. Animated short film, The Windshield Wiper, which was my favorite of the nominees, won. I was happy to see that. And then live action short film went to The Long Goodbye, a short film that I was relatively indifferent to, but I love Riz Ahmed, so I'm excited. That dude deserved his Oscar last year for Best Actor, and he didn't get it. So I'm glad he got to walk away with an Oscar this year for this short film he developed. So that is the Oscars for 2021/2022. Let me know what your favorite parts were. Drop comments in the comments section down below. Thanks for watching, and let me know what movie you're most excited for this year. Mine already happened. It was Scream, so I have no more things I'm excited for in my life until 2023, apparently. Thanks for watching. Bye.